Hi folks, thanks for joining me. What you see in the vise is Alex Jardine's emerging mayfly. I'm going to show you how to tie it, so without further ado, let's get into it. So I was on Facebook the other day and Ben Beckworth was tying live for Sportsfish. He's a very talented angler and a fantastic fly tyer. And he tied up this pattern that he gave credit to Alex Jardine for, and when I seen it I thought, wow, that's looks dead quick to tie, and they fish in the same neck of the woods as me. So I thought best get a few of them rattled up while the mayfly are still around. So Ben tied it at about 200 miles an hour. I can't tie that fast because I can't see that well. But I'm going to slow it all down for you, and hopefully you'll be able to follow it easy enough. So in the vise is a Hanak H333 barbless hook. It's at size 10. I'd have preferred an 8, but I don't have any left. It's in fine wire. The thread I'm going to be using today is the UTC Ultra thread in 140 denier, and as you can see it's a yellow thread. I'm going to get a little bit of wax on my thread initially to start my wraps, and I'm going to start just in behind the eye. I'm going to run the thread all the way down the shank of the hook to the bend, and then remove my waist. I'm going to be using pheasant tail to represent the tail and the shuck, and the body of the emerging mayfly. So I'm going to just come in quite short, and I've only taken 3 or 4 strands of feather, so I've done 2 turns and then I've come in front. I'm going to bring my thread up approximately 1/4 of an inch. Then using the remaining fibres of the pheasant tail, I'm going to bring that round in order to form the body. So as Ben explained it in his Facebook tutorial, this is the fly emerging from the shuck, and there's not much of it out so far, so I'm just going to capture that in there. So you only need about 1/4 of an inch of this showing, and you can snap away your pheasant tail. Now for the body, I'm going to use some scruffy dubbing. This is just the tweaked natural. I've got some out the packet already, and I want to get a very slight taper into the body. This really does representative of a shuck. It's got a lot of glister in it. It's just perfect actually. It's like it was made for this pattern. So I'm going to just build that up, and I'm just going to take a little pinch more, not much, just a little pinch more, just to get that taper into the body. Okay, I'll scruff that out a little bit. Then next I'm going to use some of the Upavon fly fishing thin sheet, and I've cut that into a little strip, and I'm just going to take that as it comes and run it up like so. So far so good. Now next I've got to prepare some CDC feather. You need 2 really good plumes. So what I'm going to use is some of the CDC Ultra Select. This is coloured tan. I would like the darker, but again I'm using what I've got because I haven't got that. Now once you've selected 2 feathers, as I have here, fluff it out, make sure it's fluffed out like so, and then what you've got to do is get it into your block. So as you can see, I've got my robo block here, I've got my feathers. I'm just going to capture it in like so, and then I'm going to come in with my clip and pick that up. Then what I can do is just trim away the stalks like so, and I've got my clip ready to dress up to my thread. So now I've got to split my thread. So while I've been wittering away, the UTC is very good at unwinding. So it should be a simple case of splitting the thread like so. And then I can insert my CDC feather and spin it up. Yeah, it's great actually. I love Facebook, you know. I seen Ben was on live and I thought, oh, I'll have a look and see what he's tying. And this is the very first pattern that he came out with, and an absolute winner apparently. So I'll soon let you know, because I'll be fishing with this next week. So I brought it up to where it is. I'm going to bring it behind the post. So it's going to be wound on like you would a wing on a fly such as a Parachute Adams. So wind it on as you would a parachute style fly. And I'm making this look a lot more awkward than it is. I've tied up a few of these and none of them went as badly as this is going. But it's always the same when you're doing a video. But I'm going to persevere. So I'm bringing that round in the most awkward manner possible to make sure I look completely inept. And once I've got round the last bit, I'm going to pull everything back and just get a couple of turns to lock that into place. So that's okay now. Okay, so I want a leggy, buggy dubbing for the front here, and what I'm using is some of the Hanak hair dubbing. It's really spiky, guardy hairs. I'm just going to spin that up again. I want it nice and tight. So as you can see, it's quite fibrous and it's going to create some very imitative legs for me. So I'll slick everything back there, and I'm going to bring that round, and I'm not overly worried about the looseness of that dub. So next thing then, simply split the CDC, and your foam post comes over the front like so, and you can capture that in with a couple of turns of your thread. Come in front of the post, a few turns to hold that into place. Then before I quite finish, I'm just going to add a little bit of UV resin to my thread. Then I can get my whip finish tool make sure that's nice and tight, snip away, and before I finish off this, I'll just come in with a torch and cure that off, so there's no need to add varnish or super glue or whatever your poison is. And then I'm just going to snip away the part of the post. I can leave that as is, and as you can see, I've got quite a buggy, emerging looking pattern. I'm just going to simply trim away the tops there, and I can see as an angler that that is going to catch me fish all day. Thanks very much to Alex Jardine for coming up with the pattern, but thanks very much to Ben Beckworth for bringing it to my attention. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you find some use for it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please consider doing so. It really helps out, and I'll see you all next time.